Hey guys, and welcome back to the Discord Brats. I am your host Chris, and I'm here with my lovely co-host Red.
What's up, everyone?
So, like last week, we were talking about D&D, and I was very nervous because I was having my first campaign coming up, and I also had to come up with a new character, and it went by pretty well. I got my D&D Virginity taken last week, and it was pretty
Yes,
awesome.
she did. Today we will actually be talking to her, and I'm going to be asking her a couple questions about how she felt during the start and end of the campaign or the session. Because what we did was session zero, meaning the very first test to see how the campaign or how it would go. Do the DM and players mix well? Is something needing to be changed or not? So, how'd you feel at the very start? Because you were very quiet. You barely talked.
I was just a little awkward little bean. That's what I was. That's all it was. I was an awkward little bean, and I just didn't really know my place, and I was just kind of sitting back to see like how things go because I've never seen anybody even play a D&D game. Actually, no. The closest thing I've seen somebody play a D&D game was when I was watching Stranger Things. That was it.
Really? A, a
I'm so
TV
serious.
show where kids were playing D&D?
Yeah,
Kids don't even
that
play it
is
that
the
well. Like it.
yeah.
Not to bash anybody, but they don't really play it that well because to do it well, you do need to have some kind of understanding of the rules of the game. And on top of that,
Right.
in my opinion, D&D should always have a major roleplay aspect to it.
I know there's a roleplay aspect to it, and I thought that I had it, and I was like, yeah, I've roleplayed before. Like, this is gonna be fun, yeah. And then, like, you guys started switching voices, and I was like, oop. And I just, like, I got so nervous. I was like, I don't know, I'm not gonna talk on an accent.
It's a lot different than roleplay
Yes,
via
yes,
text, isn't
indubitably it
it?
is. But I mean, it wasn't what I expected, but like in a good way. I did enjoy it. Like for the most part, like when I first started, I was just kind of sitting back and seeing like how you guys did things, and like it was so funny because like they would ask me to like say yes or no to something, and then I'd get confused, like, wait, am I supposed to be in character? Yes, I'm like, sure. Like Bethany says sure, and I'm like, wait, that was my character's response. Like I was so, I got so awkward.
Yep. It's okay. It was your first ever game, so you were just getting used to it. I'm pretty sure this next upcoming
It will be.
session will
I'm
be
excited.
much
I just want
better.
to use my dice.
Especially with how you were near the end. Let's why don't you tell them what happened near the end? Like what happened with your character?
You see, I'm a klutz, and I guess my character is a klutz too, because then I ended up having to like do like a little thing by myself. So like we were coming up to like this huge camp where like we had to save this girl from orcs and
Goblins.
don't tell me, I'm trying to remember and like remember everything.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, the orcs and goblins like ends up kidnapping this girl, and me and Red and a couple of other people that we're playing with, I had to go out and save her. And when we're trying to sneak past the camp, I rolled for a stealth check, failed it, and apparently our DM said, okay, as we were walking, my character took a flop, and metal went clang everywhere. And so I decided to do a hold on, don't tell me the type of spell. I'm going to remember it. It was a cloaking spell, basically. No, not a cloaking spell.
Mm,
It was
kind of. It's a
a
more illusionary type
illusionary.
spell.
Yes, it was that one. I see. I think cloaking is something of
It
something
was
else.
disguise self.
Yes.
What the spell does is it's an illusion that changes your appearance
Hmm.
or how people perceive you. All it does is say you're a human, you can look like a dragonborn. But if they touch you, they're going to notice you're not a dragonborn. So you have to be very careful on how you interact with people while that spell is up.
Right. So I my character used the disguise self spell and ended up working. And one of the goblins
Orcs.
Orcs. Was it the? Oh yeah, it was orc. Okay,
It was
sorry.
one of the
It
orcs.
was the orcs. I'm sorry. I'm really
You're okay.
trying to keep up.
I know.
So one of the orcs ended up coming out. Like they like looked and like the spell happened. And it was like, oh, what the hell? So my character walked over and they were basically like screaming at me in orcish. And my character does not speak orcish, so like she's just sitting there dumbfounded. And apparently, my character just like I had decided to mumble like a bunch of random shit, and I just so happened to say "sorry, boss" in orcish. I think I'm very bad with this.
What happened is she was asked to roll a deception roll, and she happened to get a natural 20. What happens with most games when someone gets a natural 20 is the DM lets them do a amazing feat. In this case, her character, who had no idea how to speak Orcish, hear, understand Orcish, or anything involving it, spoke gibberish and happened to luckily speak perfect Orcish. I'm sorry, boss.
Yeah,
And she was allowed inside the camp, which was amazing.
and
And she wasn't able to do much because, well, she was trying to blend in with the orcs and goblins. We were able to, we were able to complete the quest by rescuing this person. And what happened on my end is my character is a half elf bard, and I have the sleep spell. So what I did is I used the sleep spell and put a goblin that was in a watchtower to sleep so that he wouldn't warn anybody. I climbed up, and because that spell only lasts a minute, I quickly did that where I gagged him and bound him so no one would know.
ooh, kinky.
Yes, kinky. And because we went through the back, we happened to get to the right tent where this girl was in, and we got lucky because one of our characters snuck into the tent and got to the right part where the poor girl that was kidnapped was, and she was rescued very quickly. The most difficult thing was trying to get Chris's character Bethany to notice Elstar, which is my bard. It was unable to happen, so her character had to make the decision to try and go to the back where she knew everyone was going to be and hope they were there.
I mean,
Which
it seems like a solid plan.
it was a solid plan. It was a great interaction, and I was living for it. It was an amazing game. But how'd you feel during that entire thing?
Nervous, definitely nervous.
What were you nervous about? Like, were you nervous about getting your character caught?
I was more nervous about getting my character killed, especially when that fight scene came up. We were in the forest when we were on our way there before we found that note.
Because we were squishy. Yeah, Chris and I, we have squishy characters. I play a bard, and she plays a cleric. She is playing a test race called a Hexblood, and they're half hag, half fey, elf ish creatures, which is very interesting. But her character does not have a lot of health.
I mean, well, it's a level 2. It would not have that much health, no?
Mm-mm, that is true. She has a good amount of AC, which is armor class for those that don't know. And I just want to clear this up. No, we are not turning into a D&D podcast. We are just talking about it because this is what we talked about last episode. And this is part 2 because this is a follow-up of to what happened last episode.
Honestly, it's my fault. I just kind of wanted to give an update because I did have fun. I did have a lot of fun. I just needed to share that information with you guys.
Yes, she has also become a dice goblin very quickly. She already has what, 7 sets?
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
She has 9 sets of dice, and for those that don't know, each set has 7 dice. So that is 63 dice She went from having 0 to 63 within a week.
You did that math so goddamn fast. I'm sitting here counting on numbers on the
Yeah, I know.
fingers.
I mean, D&D does help you learn math pretty quickly. She's
Where was
definitely
it during high school?
she definitely doesn't need to worry about not having enough dice for the campaign anymore.
What are you talking about? I could roll like I have to maybe. What if I had to roll like 20 d20s? I wouldn't have enough.
At level 2, you are not going to have to roll 20 d20s yet.
Yes, I will. I will make myself have to roll 20 d20s just to like throw my dice like into the little box that my little thing came with. Put it this way, my Amazon wish list has $530 and some cents worth of D&D dice and dice towers. That is all that's on there that is worth that.
Yeah.
And I want it
Yep,
all.
she does.
I do.
It's
Like I
hilarious.
have about 240 dice
It
that I
is
want to buy right
it
now and I'm
is
not going to do it.
absolutely amazing that she is just immersing herself into the world of D&D because I absolutely love D&D so much.
You see, now I like the best part is like the more thing I'm excited about is now he can send me those D&D TikToks and I'll actually understand them now. I'm like, oh, haha, that's kind of funny, but like I won't actually get it now. Get like, ah, yeah, that's great. Like, that's really funny.
That's what you're most excited about, seeing the D&D TikToks I send
Yeah,
you.
D&D TikToks. Hell yeah. Because like I'll think that they're funny, like yeah, like they're kind of cool, but like then I'll really be laughing like a whole har
Mhm.
har, like a whole nice laugh.
A
But
whole har
this,
har.
yeah, like like the cookie clack.
Yeah. So, while we're on the topic of D&D, now that you played your first game, do you have any new questions?
Ooh. Um, I think okay. The only thing I do that I can think of at this moment is the D&D Beyond that we were using to like look up like at our character
Yeah?
sheets and stuff. I didn't know we were supposed to actually be using those. I thought we were just kind of using that as like a reference sheet.
No. No, that is your character. That character sheet is what makes up your D&D character, Bethany. And for me, what a DM for D&D is supposed to do is they are supposed to be able to take those character sheets, look at them, and help the players bring those pieces of paper or pieces of electronic to life to be actual characters. That way, the DM is a storyteller of the lives and adventures of these exotic people in this exotic world. It's why I love it so much because all it is one big story that you get to write.
That's deep and I love it.
I absolutely love D&D.
I think that I'm gonna absolutely love D&D too because I'm already like shaking out of my pants. Like I want to play another game so bad, but this one's work schedule got changed, so we can't do it
Oh
Tuesdays anymore. We have to
shit.
switch to weekends.
That is true. I'm gonna have to tell the
Yeah.
group that. Fuck. I forgot about that.
So if anything, can we just like
Uh
push it to Sunday after we get home?
Probably. I mean, I don't work Sundays. I don't work Saturday or Sundays anymore.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is that we're
Mhm.
meeting up Saturday. So we're probably gonna be
Yeah.
staying with each other overnight, and then
I
when we go home
guess
Sunday, we
so.
can play.
I'm gonna have to. We're all gonna need to tell everyone each other's schedules so we can figure out how to best make this work. Because our DM actually lives in
Mm-hmm.
California, and he's a good friend of mine, and he is absolutely amazing at D&D. Like, I love it. I get so into it that I just kind of I'm there. But there were multiple times where he was like, "Hold up, let's take a step back and let the newer people do something," which got the other
Right.
two, his partner and Chris here, immersed into it more. And the more he did that, the more I saw them enjoying it more and interacting more, which just got me more pumped. Because the one thing I love the
Mm-hmm.
most is the interactions between the characters. Because these are exotic people that come from vastly different backgrounds. and they're all interacting, trying to work together as a unit so that they can accomplish the goals that they want. Yeah.
It's very deep and fun. I just I just want my dice tower.
Yeah, I know you do.
And you
Now,
know
I
what?
I actually have a question for you.
Real quick, before you ask that question, it's sold out.
Poor you. You can always
Somebody bought
find
the
new
last
ones.
one.
You can probably go to a game shop store and they might have towers. Like
Probably
not
comic book store.
yeah, a comic book store, a board game store, not GameStop, not a Walmart, Target, none of those, but like a comic book store or a board game store. That's where
Maybe.
I always go to get my dice because you get the best prices and the best dice. Like I got some of my dice for $10. I got 3 sets for $10 each. That's $30. And if I wanted those exact same online, it probably would have been 15-20 a set.
Damn. You are bringing me those plastic cases though, right? On Saturday.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Chris here is obsessed with organizing her dice. Like she needs it in the exact same cases, the having a paper in the bag, all the dice lined up in the exact same way in every single case, lined up nice and neat on her desk.
Yeah, because if it's not neat, then it's a mess.
And that's just where we're so different. And I love it because you plan this. We've talked about this, but you plan everything. Every
Hmm.
tiny detail, you try to plan it. And me, I just
Yep.
go with the flow. I just go with it. I'm more chaotic, which is going to be interesting because that's how all my characters for D&D are, because that's just who I am. So your character is probably going to be very similar to how you act, because that's just who how you
Right.
are. So it's going to be very interesting seeing this cleric have to work with a bard that just does things.
Oh my god, it's like we're not even like like it's not even like we're 6 hours apart. Where it's just we're like right in the same room together, just like fucking.
Mm-hmm.
But it is gonna be fun.
It is.
But if my cleric says we gonna do it this way because it's been planned, I don't give a fuck what your bard says. She planned it. It's gonna work.
No, not all the time, because the dice helps decide
You
things,
have to roll the dice and
and
stuff.
which is why I love the bard so much, because it is such a versatile uh class. Because you can have a bard that can act as a fighter, or your bard can act as a barbarian or act as a warlock. And here Chris is showing me her dice again. It is hilarious, but oh my lord, the click
Do you
clacks
guys hear the
again.
clicky clack? Like,
But yeah, the bard can has multiple different schools that they can go to that changes how that character can be played. My personal favorite is either the School of Swords or the College of Lore. The College of Swords, it basically
I don't
turns
know
the
what any of
bard
those mean.
into a fighter class bard that can use magic and also assist the party by boosting them. But the College of Lore, in my opinion, is so much more versatile, because what the College of Lore does is they study magic. They can choose any spell, practically any spell at certain levels. Like one of my current bards has a super powerful spell called Legend of Lore. Whenever that character uses that spell and expends the necessary components, that character instantly knows everything about that specific thing that they say. Like if they need to know about the god Ilmater, they cast Legend of Lore, and even forgotten stuff. They can find and know the forgotten information of the god Ilmater. It is very powerful. Here she is, clicking and clacking her dice again. Well, I'm drinking my Death Wish coffee over here, and she's just clicking her
I'm
dice.
listening. I'm clicking clacking my dice. Get it right. Like, get a quick clack. I have them in bags, and for now, that's only for now. Because honestly, like I thought that the bags looked like really nice. Um, if you guys want, I'll post a picture on my Instagram today, so you guys can take a look if you care. Because I care. Um, I can, because like I don't like the black bags. I mean, they look really pretty, and I like them. But then at the same time, I can't see what's in them. I mean, I already know. Like you could tell me to pick up my black and red ones, and I'll know exactly which spot to go to because I know which bag is where, but
That's
I can't
100%
see them
okay.
is what annoys me.
And what I do, Chris here has her stuff visible in
Oh.
a neat and orderly fashion. What I do is I have this old leather medicine bag that I made when I was like 10 years old, and yeah, I still have it. It's in great condition. I did great job. I at 10 years old, which I'm shocked. And I just carry all my dice in here. Like I shake it and you can hear the dice.
Wait, so then when I was unpacking your stuff, that's what that was?
Uh this little medicine bag, this is
Yeah.
normally for my dice, but I just had other stuff in it for a D&D cosplay to be fake money. Now I can use the
Oh, okay.
dice to be fake money.
Gotcha. Because I didn't open it or anything. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I just kind of put it, like, in the drawer. I was like, I don't know what this is. I didn't know that's all your dice was.
That
I would have put them all out and I would have organized them on the counter for you.
Oh, I didn't have the
You have to play
dice.
with them.
I didn't have the dice in there. I had like
Oh, okay.
little glass chips
Oh, okay.
that
I
were like
gotcha.
fake money.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now it's going to be filled with dice.
Speaking of unpacking, I'm still not what you call it. I'm still not regretting the fact of how hard I simped for the maid outfit that I saw.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you
Oh,
don't
I was
know,
like, I saw this on a TikTok. I saw this on his TikTok. Oh my god, it's a shirt from his TikTok. I was like fangirling like he was like a superstar.
or haven't seen my TikToks, I was told to put a maid outfit on my wish list, and somebody instantly bought it the day I put it up. So now I have this like spandex PVC type maid outfit that Chris absolutely adores. Because I personally am gender fluid, so I wear both gendered clothes because that's just what I do. And Chris absolutely lives for my different outfits. She lives for my makeup, my
You
outfits, everything. What?
know what I haven't seen in a while? The gloves.
That's because I've misplaced them. Like I do.
They're in your room somewhere, right?
They're somewhere in my room. One of these days, we're gonna eventually muster up the courage to have video recorded. But right now, you can't see this, but Chris has the most disappointed look on her face I have ever seen.
I love those gloves.
I know you do.
In fact, while I was on face, because actually got to his house before he did, so like before he got there, I was actually like unpacking all of his stuff for him because I was being, like a good person. I was like, I'm gonna unpack for you, and I'm gonna make everything neat for you. And I found the gloves, and I screamed almost as bad as I did when I found the maid outfit, and I actually can't speak. And I like was on the phone with him. I was like, "Can I put the gloves on? Can I put the gloves on?"
Yeah,
Like I
he
just wanted
was.
to wear the gloves. Because like even on video, because we still video call, we video call every day. Like there's not a day where we don't go without talking.
Yeah.
And for the most part, before he moved, he always had the gloves on his hand, and it's just like a thing now. And now I haven't seen them in a while.
It's
And
because I found one the other day mixed in with my laundry. Uh don't give me that look. It's been a I'm still getting things organized in my room, okay?
okay, I found that other gloves though. Or else I'll take away your Death Wish coffee.
You can't take away my Death Wish coffee.
I'll tell Ravi too.
She can't take away my Death Wish coffee. No one can
Mm-hmm.
take away my Death Wish coffee.
You're gonna be at work while she's at your house.
By the way, for anybody that doesn't know, no, we are not sponsored by Death Wish Coffee, but Death Wish Coffee is absolutely amazing.
You really can't get over it. He's just obsessed with this coffee as I am with my dice.
I love
Like,
it. It is the best coffee I've ever tasted. I can drink it black and just not have issues. I can have creamer in it, not have issues. Like, it makes the fake powdered creamer actually taste somewhat decent.
actually decent. What
Yeah.
kind of flavored creamer is in there?
Um, the basic bitch creamer.
Basic bitch creamer.
The basic bitch creamer.
The basic bitch creamer.
uh,
Oh my
Now
god.
I do have a question for you about D&D. Now that you're starting to do it more, what are your plans for it? Like, do you have any plans? Do you want to learn more about the lore of it, or do you want to just try to immerse yourself into the role play of the campaign and learn about that specific world? Or what do you
Mm.
want to do?
I definitely want to learn more about like the lore and like
Like the
the way things are
different
like supposed to go.
classes,
Yeah, that's a definite.
the different
And I also want to.
races.
It's a lot.
It is. D&D has so many different races and classes. And
Yeah, so I do want to do that, and I also want to immerse myself into it, just because, like, with me, if I find something new, especially if I like it, that's it. It becomes an obsession for me. So, Red, GG's, because if you got me obsessed with D&D, I feel bad for you.
why do you are
Because, like, I
not
don't
going to
like to
be
try new
able
things.
you are not going to be able to match my energy with this. I have been into D&D ever since my first game with a uh, family friend when I grew up in the military, and he was an amazing DM. He made it so me, somebody that was super antisocial and didn't want to interact with a single person, was just taking the lead of every mission. I was enjoying myself so much and so immersed into the world at like 12 years old that I was leading things. And that's what got me started to be like D&D is what got me started to be like so outgoing, so forward at times.
Oh,
I would not be able to run my businesses if it wouldn't have been for D&D.
wow.
It is an amazing thing for me. I absolutely enjoy it. Every little bit of it is just flawless.
You see, what I want to tell you is, you know me, I don't like to try new things like a
Mm-hmm.
cat. I like specific things, familiarities, and stuff. When I get pushed out of my comfort zone to try that new thing and I do like said new thing, that new thing becomes my obsession because that is the only thing that I know at that point. So I'm telling you right now, GG's, because the dice thing, I can guarantee you, I don't know what the hell is going to happen, but I can guarantee you the dice thing is only the beginning.
I welcome it because I absolutely love D&D. And it's going to give me more experience to do the things that I want to do cuz I want to eventually know the actual game well enough that I can comfortably be a DM because I have the same view as my friend Steven. If you don't play enough, you don't know how the game operates while it's being played. So if you can't do that, if you don't know that, you're not going to be an effective DM. A DM
Right.
needs to be able to improvise because you can put hours and hours and hours of planning into a mission or a quest, and then someone decides that they're going to set off a fireball, but they roll terrible and they accidentally kill off this very important NPC. And now you need to figure out how to make the entire quest work without this one character. Or
That would drive me. I can't. I don't think I could ever do that.
or something that happened is in another campaign I'm in, there was this dragon that wasn't supposed to die, but the party has been so frustrated with the DM of that campaign lately that they just straight up said fuck this. They polymorphed the dragon into a rabbit and killed this dragon that wasn't supposed to die. So now he had to improvise everything and make it so that dragon that they killed was not the super important dragon. And he had to come up with an entire backstory as to how it wasn't that dragon.
Damn. That's that's wild. But I mean, if that DM was like a dick, then he probably deserved it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to say before we wrap this up, Fred?
Nothing really. Just have a wonderful day. Actually, yes, we have an official Twitter account for the podcast. It is at the Discord Brats.
There you
So
go.
go give us a follow, go check it out. We have a poll up that'll be there for about 3 more days, I think.
Hmm.
So go ahead, go check that out, and have a wonderful day, everyone.
And I would like to also thank everybody else for listening. We will be back next week on Saturday at 12 p.m. You could also join us on Spotify, YouTube, Podbean, and Amazon Music, or any Alexa device that you want to use. Make sure you're hitting that follow button or subscribe button to stay updated when a new episode comes out. And you could also follow us on Instagram for any and all updates about the show. My handle is CSEV97, and Red's is Red Moon System. We are the Discord Brats, and until next Saturday, peace out.